Hey everyone, so I want to talk about my analysis for this market for this coming up week. I personally think that we have a little more downside for ES and NQ, and this is my reason why. So the first thing, let's go to ES, and let's go to a bigger time frame, which is a weekly time frame. And on the weekly time frame, we see a nice hammer formation, right? So nice hammer formation, but we haven't had a pullback yet. Let me get my epic pen. Where is it at? I am blind. Usually, oh, there we go. Okay. So usually what happens is it goes up, pulls back, and we need a pullback, right? And that's what happened today. Sunday, futures are open. They have a different schedule than the stock market, so they moved. So we go to a daily time frame. On the daily time frame, let me erase that. Let me zoom into this. Let me take this out, and I'll show you why I had it there first. So on a daily time frame, I do see ES. Same thing as a weekly. Picked up, a bunch of buyers stepped in, pull back. Now the only thing you gotta think about is will it continue to go up, or what's it gonna do? It's gonna come back down. It's gonna go up and down and go lower than this. Cause technically this is the same thing, right? Went up and then it went down, went lower. So this went up, and it's gonna go lower. If it goes below this candlestick right here, if it goes below that. So personally, I think it's gonna pull back a little bit, which we need to, and this is why. On the 1 hour, if you know what Elliott wave is we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this could be A, B, coming down to C. So then, where can C hit? So they have a trend line. So C could hit these levels right here. So so it could hit the 50, the 38, or the 61, or it could go lower, right? I think it might hit the 61. I think we have A right here, we have B right there, and then 61.8 might be right here. And then from there, we could add a trend line. Now once that trend line breaks, we see with the Dow theory starts to go up again, and we trade for the upside. I'm gonna take that out. Let me remove everything. Go back. So this is why I said I think we have a little more downside. A small correction needs to happen because it picked up amazingly. So just understand, you don't want to catch that trade just because it goes up on a swing trade. It's gonna pull back, and when that pullback happens, that's when we want to swing trade. When we see our 3 confirmations. Right now I didn't see too many confirmations for me to swing trade, so I missed the first run up. If I'm right, it's gonna find support somewhere here, and then go for the second one, which is primary, secondary, and secondary is always the biggest, and bigger than primary. So let's go to NQ. NQ is the same thing as ES. So let's go to a bigger picture first on the weekly time frame. I like to go on the bigger picture before we go to a smaller picture. So same thing, same as ES. Weekly time frame hit the 61.8. Nice formation, nice hammer formation. I mean, a bunch of buyers stepped in here, bunch of volume here. Go to a daily. Daily, we have 2 candlesticks. A bunch of buyers stepped in. Needs to pull back, right? This pullback is important for us. Then I'll go to the 1 hour. The 1 hour, what we see? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can this be A? Can it be B? Can it come down to C right here? Now if it comes down to 61.8, it is amazing. You can find a trend line right here. So then let's say it went down, went up, it goes down, it goes up, and right here. Right here you start seeing, let's have a flag, it's called a flag. Right, we start seeing that the trend is going down. But once you start seeing it go up, goes down, then it goes up. Once you start seeing this is where it's important, because that's when the direction on the 1 hour and on the weekly and on the daily is changing for the upside now. So how many confirmations do we see here? We have a 61.8. It found support here. We have a trend line break, right? And then we have Dow theory. We have 3 confirmation trade right there, and that's when I say I'll go long. Meaning I'll day trade or not swing trade for the upside. This right here is hard to catch because technically it doesn't have to support in the 61. It could support in the 50. It could go low, it could support in the 50 or even go below the 61.8. It could support maybe here, and that's fine. But these are usually the strong levels: 38, 50, and 61. So let me take that out. So then we talked about ES, we talked about NQ. Like I said, I mentioned these two. I think we have more downside. Let's talk about the VIX. The VIX is very important. The VIX I personally use it to trade on the stock market, futures. If I trade futures, even the stocks, my options or my shares. So what's the VIX mean? When the VIX goes up, the market goes down. When the VIX goes down, the market goes up. Bigger picture, we do have the VIX still up. You have to understand that the VIX is still up. So this is important for us because what we see here, we have what we see here is going higher highs and higher lows, right? Higher high, higher low, higher low. Here's a higher high. Can this go up and go above that? If it doesn't, what I want to see for this, if I'm thinking ES and NQ is going to go down, what I want to see is the VIX go up. Never break this, but let's say it goes here, then it starts to come down. Now once that happens, right here, once this level breaks, then we have the direction is changing for the downside now on a daily time frame. Now that's very important, and that's meaning for me that we have more downside for the VIX, more upside for the market, and that's good because I want the VIX to go down. Because if you want to go long for companies, you have to make sure the VIX is going down. If you're gonna go short, you want to make sure the VIX is going up. So those. Let me take this off. Let me erase all that. So that's what I think. I'm glad this picked up. The only thing I have to be careful with would it go above this. Now if it goes above that, that's when I'm like, okay, I have to be careful. But the other thing you gotta look at is the times it breaks those higher highs, right? Like let's say from here to here. Each time it breaks it, it goes down. It broke it, it goes down. It doesn't. Who cares about the time, right? It took a while, but look at this time right here. Once it broke it, it went low. Once it broke this, it went low. Once it broke this, it went low. So even if it breaks it, it might go lower. So now when that happens, we go to a smaller time frame, and we trade. We'll trade it for the market for the upside, right? Right here, this is very important for the VIX. This level right here. I mentioned to my group, I was like, hey, if the VIX goes up right here, then we have more upside. But if it goes below that, we have more downside. And then once this broke right here, the VIX went lower, and that's when I went long on my companies, which was AMD, Nvidia, Tesla. Those companies I went long on. Cause I saw one confirmation right here. I saw this right here. And then I saw seller's pressure coming in, but also I went to my companies and I started to see my confirmations there, and I went long there. So notice the VIX is up right now. So be careful trying to go long on companies right now. That's why I say swing trading is very risky right now. Because the other thing I think about, you have the war going on with Russia going on, so it's crazy. Let's see. So we talked about the VIX, ES, and NQ. Let's talk about my personal trades. So let me get my Discord. Okay, so I mentioned on the group chat I have, let's see. Okay, so I mentioned on the group chat I talked about Apple. I talked about AMD, and I talked about, I think it was another one. Apple. Oh, this one didn't. This one's Apple. Oh, both are Apple. No, this one's Apple. This one is Tesla and AMD, and then I have the VIX. So, right here, this is I'm gonna just talk about one. I'll just post one trade that I personally like on YouTube. Let's talk about Tesla. Last week we talked about Apple, and I'll give you my personal analysis on Tesla. That's what I see. We have, if you know the alleyway, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? It's 3, 4, 5. So we have a correction that's A, B, C. Go to a daily, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because on B, we have 5 waves down. On A going to B, we have A, B, C, A, B, C. Right here is kind of, that's where it gets tricky. That's 0, 1, 2, say 3, 4, 5. And this could be A, B, C. So I do see 5 waves here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now notice this right here, right? If you know how to trade, you don't, it's hard to catch this for a swing trade, right? So we missed the first one up, right? And I mentioned the group that I was like, it's okay if we missed this. I traded this one. I day traded but not swing traded. I was like, but I want a pullback. So if ES and NQ goes down, Tesla's gonna go down, right? Unless something happens with the news, Tesla announced something amazing, and it just shoots up. Earnings happen, but which is not already happened. So I'm not really worried about that right now. So I do see Tesla going down. Now let's say this is the highest it did. Let's say Tesla the highest it did was at 819. 819 is very important. So then from here we do a retracement. If you know what a retracement is, if Fibonacci retracement, you know most important levels are 38, 50, and 61. Right? So let's say it found support at the 50, which is right in the middle. Right? Tesla goes down, goes down, goes down, finds support here. Direction is changing now. So we have a trend line right here. We have the 50 right here. And we have the out there going up. So now this is where I want a swing trade. I posted my swing trade channel. Let me grab it again. I posted my swing trade. Because right here, this is where I'm like, okay, if it breaks this level right here, I see my 50 retracement. Like I said, I see my Dow theory, and I see a trend line break. And then on a bigger picture, I do see 5 waves down. I think this is the lowest it's gonna do, and I do see it making a higher low on a daily, which is amazing. I need that, and then it continues to go up higher. So that's what I think Tesla might do, and I think it has more room for the upside. But that's it for the video. I already talked about the biggest thing, which is ES, NQ, the VIX, and then my personal trade I'm looking at, which is Tesla. Understand that we have a lot of things going on, interest rates, inflation, and you know the war going on. So if the U.S. decides to go to war with Russia, then definitely expect a big drop on the market. Russia dropped 45% once they announced the war with Ukraine. So you know, I'm not saying that could happen with the U.S., but it could just happen like a 5%, 10%. So if you're gonna swing trade, make sure you swing trade. Go light on your swing trades right now. The news does affect the market, but always remember that if you see a 3 confirmation trade, which I always talk about confirmation trades, I'll say don't miss it. Just go light for your day trade and for your swing trade. But that's it for this video. So if you have any comments, comment down below, and I'd love to help you out.